Patrick Mahomes, the face of the Kansas City Chiefs and one of the NFL's most iconic players, has found himself at the center of a controversy after being fined $14,069 by the league. The fine came after the quarterback made what the NFL deemed a violent gesture during a recent game against the Buffalo Bills. This comes as part of the NFL's ongoing crackdown on celebratory actions it views as inappropriate or too aggressive. The incident occurred late in the game when Mahomes threw a fourth-quarter touchdown pass, a moment that usually sparks celebration. However, instead of a typical fist pump or high five, Mahomes mimicked shooting a rifle, a gesture that some might consider playful but that the NFL has now labeled as violent. The league has been quick to respond, issuing a fine in line with its policy on violent gestures, which also includes finger guns or bow and arrow imitations that players sometimes use in their celebrations. The fine marks another example of the NFL taking a stricter stance on what's deemed acceptable behavior on the field. In the past, players have faced similar fines for performing gestures that the league has classified as promoting violence or aggression. For example, past instances have seen players fined for mimicking actions such as shooting a bow and arrow, finger guns, or other theatrical motions. While Mahomes' gesture was certainly a creative way to celebrate a big play, it has sparked a conversation about the league's growing sensitivity to what is seen as excessive or inappropriate behavior during games. Fans, on one hand, argue that Mahomes was simply expressing his excitement in the heat of the moment, but the NFL is sticking to its policies, setting a precedent for what kind of celebrations will be tolerated in the future. This isn't the first time Mahomes has found himself in the spotlight for his on-field behavior. As one of the most watched athletes in the world, his every move is scrutinized by both fans and the league. This fine, while relatively small in comparison to his massive contract, raises larger questions about how much freedom players should have in expressing themselves on the field. Whether or not the fine will deter other players from engaging in similar celebrations remains to be seen. However, it's clear that the NFL's crackdown on violent gestures is only getting stricter, and Mahomes' fine serves as a warning to others to be careful when celebrating in the future.